Rain poured hard on the highway as a black SUV pulled up to a gas station. Inside sat General Alicia Monroe, calm, composed, dressed in plain clothes. She had just returned from a classified meeting and wanted a quick coffee before heading home. But as soon as she stepped inside the small shop, 2 local cops eyed her suspiciously. The taller one leaned to his partner. "She doesn't look like she belongs here," he whispered. Alicia ignored them, poured herself a cup of coffee, and walked to the counter. Before she could pay, flashing blue lights filled the glass windows. The cops blocked the door. "Ma'am, we got a report about a stolen government vehicle," the tall one said smugly. "That car outside, it yours?" Alicia nodded slowly. "Yes, officer. It's registered under federal security clearance." He smirked. "Yeah, sure it is. Step outside. Hands where I can see them." The other officer chimed in, "We'll sort it out down at the station. Unless you got proof right now." Alicia's jaw tightened. "You're making a mistake," she warned quietly. But they didn't listen. One grabbed her wrist, twisting it behind her back, snapping the cuffs tight. The gas station clerk gasped. "Hey, you can't do that." The clerk said. "Stay out of it." The cop barked. Alicia kept calm, her voice steady even as the rain drenched her uniform jacket. "You boys really want to do this?" The tall cop laughed. "Lady, I don't care who you think you are." Alicia looked him dead in the eye. "Good. Then you won't care when the Pentagon calls back." She reached into her pocket with her cuffed hands just enough to tap her smartwatch twice. The screen lit up, "Secure call, Pentagon command." Both cops froze as the voice on the other end said, "General Monroe, are you in distress?" The taller cop blinked, his smug grin fading. "Wait, what did that say?" "General who?" Alicia lifted her chin, her tone sharp but calm. "You heard right. U.S. Army General Alicia Monroe. Now, I suggest you remove these cuffs before your careers end faster than you can blink." The younger cop looked nervous, whispering, "Man, we might have messed up." But the tall one tried to hold his ground. "Nice trick. Anyone can fake a call." He tugged on her arm, trying to drag her toward the squad car. That's when the smartwatch spoke again, this time louder, with a stern male voice. "This is General Howard of the Pentagon. Identify yourselves immediately." Both cops froze in place. The tall one's lips trembled. "Yes, sir, this is Officer Reynolds, Springfield PD, we were responding to." "To what?" The voice thundered. "To a sitting general buying coffee. You have exactly 10 seconds to uncuff her before this becomes a federal incident." The rain seemed to stop for a moment. The officers scrambled to unlock the cuffs, hands shaking. Alicia stepped back, rubbing her wrists but keeping her eyes fixed on them. "You profile people, don't you?" she said quietly. "You see skin first, respect later." "Ma'am, please," the younger cop stammered. "We didn't know." "That's always the excuse," Alicia interrupted, her voice calm but cutting. "You never know until it's too late." The smartwatch beeped again. "General Monroe, security detail en route. Do you require immediate extraction?" Alicia smirked slightly. "No need. I'll handle this personally." As 2 black SUVs turned into the parking lot, flashing federal lights, both cops stepped back, pale as ghosts. The 2 black SUVs screeched to a stop, and 4 military police officers stepped out, rain dripping off their helmets. The sight was enough to drain the color from the cops' faces. The tall one's hand instinctively went to his holster, but one look from Alicia froze him in place. "Don't even think about it," she said evenly. "You've already embarrassed yourselves enough." A man in uniform hurried over and saluted. "General Monroe, ma'am, are you hurt?" "I'm fine, Sergeant," she replied. But these 2 decided to detain a U.S. Army general without cause. "You know what to do." The sergeant turned sharply to the cops. "Officers, hand over your badges and weapons." "What? You can't," the taller one began, but the sergeant's voice cut through the rain like a blade. "Now." They hesitated, trembling, then slowly handed them over. The younger cop's eyes watered. "Ma'am, please, it was just a misunderstanding." Alicia took a deep breath. "A misunderstanding is forgetting someone's name. What you did was assault a federal officer." The sergeant looked to her for orders. "Should we detain them, ma'am?" She thought for a moment, her gaze steady on the men who had cuffed her like a criminal. "No. Let them walk home in the rain." Their department will hear from the Pentagon before sunrise. The younger one looked like he wanted to apologize again, but Alicia turned away, stepping under the SUV's cover. Before getting in, she looked back once more. You judged me by my skin and ignored my words. Next time, listen before you act. The uniform doesn't make you powerful, your integrity does. And with that, the SUVs pulled away, leaving the two soaked officers standing in the rain, their careers already slipping away with every drop that hit the ground. By the next morning, the story had exploded. News vans crowded outside the Springfield Police Department, reporters shouting questions, microphones thrust toward red-faced officers trying to sneak through the side door. Are you the ones who handcuffed General Monroe? One reporter yelled. Is it true the Pentagon is involved? Neither cop answered. They just kept their heads down, but the damage was already done. Their faces were everywhere, on TV, online, in headlines that read, "Racist cops arrest Black U.S. General, Pentagon responds within minutes." Inside a quiet office at the Pentagon, General Monroe sat across from the Chief of Staff. He looked furious. They've been suspended without pay, he said. Internal Affairs wants to make a public apology. Alicia didn't smile. An apology won't fix a broken mindset, she said firmly. But maybe it'll make them think twice before judging another American in uniform. Her phone buzzed, hundreds of messages from soldiers, veterans, and citizens thanking her for standing tall. She scrolled once, stopped on one message, and read it softly.